Pokemon is making its way on the channel as we take part in a new journey. Join us as we take on Fire Red. Now, here's how this campaign's gonna work. It's gonna be a lot like normal Let's Plays, but with a few twists. I have to battle every trainer. That includes gyms, hideouts, and routes. They can be in any order, and I can go to the Pokemon Center between battles. But, if I ever white out, I have to reset my game to the last story-progressed Pokemon Center and try again. Every time I first heal out of Pokemon Center, that creates a checkpoint. I can't be more than 5 levels above the ace of the next gym, and if I lose to the Elite Four or the champion, that's the end of the run. Can I become the very best that Kanto's ever seen? Welcome to the GREEFLOCKE. Welcome back, everyone. Last time we were here, we were beating up Team Rocket and received the Silph Scope. We also challenged and beat Erica to receive the Rainbow Badge. Our next stop is Fuscia to take on Koga's poison types. But first, we need to stop back by Lavender Town to exorcise the demons. The Silph Scope essentially lets you see ghosts. At least that's what a scientist in Celadon told me, so I figured I'd try it out at the Pokemon Tower. Hope I don't run into any Raticate poltergeists. I make my way back to the Pokemon Tower and ascend. There's a few channelers on the floors that have a bunch of Ghastlies and Haunters, but nothing really seems to be much of an issue. Ghost is my favorite typing though, so I decided to catch a Ghastly and put it in the box. Now, earlier I said I wasn't interested in completing the Pokédex, so why am I catching Pokemon? Good question. While I'm not interested in Dex completion, I do need to catch some for an item. Once I get this item, training will become so much easier, and I won't have to catch anything else unless they're making the final team, but more on that later. I keep ascending the tower until I reach a set of stairs that's blocked by a ghost. Using the Silph Scope reveals Marowak's spirit. A single tear falls as her spirit is released and she can finally be at peace. Climbing the last set of stairs, I find Team Rocket. I'll make them pay for what they did to Marowak. I lead with Sid to pretty much OHKO all 3 of their teams. Unable to deal with their defeat, they scurry off like the roaches they are, revealing an elderly man that they had kidnapped. He introduces himself as Mr. Fuji, and thanks me and invites me to his home for a reward. After arriving at his house, he presents me with the pokeflute, a powerful instrument that can awaken sleeping Pokemon. I thank him and continue my journey south to Fuscia. Making my way down, I make sure to battle all of the trainers, including the double battle, which I love double battles, and I wish there were more in this game. I then come across a sleeping Pokemon. I had seen a picture of it before, so I knew I had to be careful. I used the pokeflute, and Snorlax awoke, charging me. She put up quite the fight, but I eventually managed to catch Mommy Milky and continue my journey. I decided with the path now clear, I'd use this time to go cash in my bike voucher. You never know when you might need it. Okay, I do know I'm gonna need it in a little bit for Bike Road. A completely avoidable part of this game, but my stupid rules make it so I have to do it, so that's why I'm here. After receiving the bike, I continue back on the path for Fuscia when I come upon a house with another fisherman who gives me a super rod. This is going to come in handy when we're going to be adding 2 permanent members in Fuscia, and we need the rods to do it. Now, this is the part of the game to what I like to refer to as Grinder's Lane. There are so many trainers on this path from Lavender to Fuscia that this is where I usually do all my level grinding on playthroughs. They may not have the strongest Pokemon, but it's the tightest group of trainers to optimize the Versus Seeker. The money I get from targeting beauties also comes in handy for the final preparations for the Elite Four and the Champion. After making it past Grinder's Lane, I finally arrive in Fuscia and immediately head to the Pokemon Center to unlock our next checkpoint. After that, I decided to explore the town a little bit. I met the move deleter, and right next door is Bill's grandparents. Should I tell them that their grandson is transitioning into a Pokemon? Nah, not my place. I then met a man with no teeth who had a terrible time trying to speak. I'll make sure I keep an eye out if I find them. I then find another fisherman who gives me a good rod. With that, the rod trinity is complete and I can start assembling my final team. It was time to enter the Safari Zone. I'm using this time to catch as many Pokemon as I can. We need 50 to unlock the XP share, and the Safari Zone is going to do wonders to help me get to that goal. We catch a Venonat and an Execute we named Benny to add to the team. We also catch a Doduo before eventually finding a set of gold teeth. Huh, I know where these belong, so I put them in my bag for safekeeping. I then come upon a large building at the end of the Safari Zone that I enter. There I met a man in celebratory applause congratulating me on winning a prize by finding his house. The reward is HM3. I'm so happy to have finally won something that invigorates me to spend more time and money catching the endangered beasts in this peaceful sanctuary. So that's what I did. First Paris, then Parasect, Nidorina, Rhyhorn, Nidoran female, then a Magikarp, Goldeen, Seaking, and a Golduck. I also caught a Tauros, but the footage got corrupted, so you're just gonna have to take my word for it. Then it was time to focus on the next 2 permanent members. Up first was the easy one, a Poliwag. I named him Binya Binya. If you know, you know. Welcome to the team. Next up is Dratini. No joke. I sat here for 30 minutes with speed up trying to catch this little fleshlight until I was finally able to catch one. Welcome Pain to the team. With the team restacked, it was time to grind. First up is Binya Binya that evolved into Poliwhirl. Next, Jake stepped up, reaching his true potential. I then hit Benny with the Leaf Stone to evolve into Executor. Binya Binya got mad at this and stole a Water Stone out of my bag, evolving into Poliwrath without Hydro Pump. Last up was Pain, being a pain to evolve into Dragonair. Exactly why I need the XP share. After training, I heal up and revisit the Toothless Man. I hand him the teeth I found and they fit. He rewards me with HM4 for my good deed. I then teach Drax strength to push the boulder and pick up a rare candy. I then make my way to one of Oak's aids that rewards me with the experience share, and I immediately give it to Pain. Now that the team was ready to go, it was time to face Koga's gym. Koga specializes in poison types, my least favorite typing. However, this is a poison gym, meaning his flunkies have no problems using Pokemon like Hypno and Sandslash. Basically any Pokemon that learns a move capable of poisoning you is fair game. Glad I knew better than strictly relying on one team member for this gym unlike every other one. I respect Koga for his gamesmanship. This kind of strategy is probably why he eventually got promoted. Spoiler alert, after taking care of Koga's cronies, it was time to face the ninja himself. Believe it! I lead with Benny and he sends out Coughing, and one Confusion takes it out. He then sends out Muck. I use Confusion for over half health while it minimizes. One more Confusion knocks it out. Another Coughing comes out and it falls, just like its brother did. Last up is Winston, and Benny one-shots it with Confusion. Koga is defeated. With that, he hands over the Soul Badge, $4,300, and TM6. Next stop, Saffron City.